Hi, Christie campers. I'm excited to see y'all in the music room. The artwork that we're going to create today is inspired by music and art. Those are very similar ideas. You can be creative with music and in the visual arts. Just like art and graphic design and creativity, music is everywhere too. A really good example is album covers. So I like this album cover by Travis Scott. It's one of my favorites because it's one of my favorite photographers, David LaChapelle, who created it. So today you're gonna need some random things. You're gonna need a folder. Inside the folder is a piece of scratchboard art. We'll talk about that. Please don't touch it yet. It is heat sensitive, finger sensitive, and it will not work if you touch it too much. So we'll talk about that in a moment. Hopefully you have a random tissue and then also one random paper clip. I'm gonna show you what we're doing today. What we're doing is we are drawing musical notes. I have some inspiration sheets over here. The cool thing about today is that you are going to be designing a string of notes. And if we have time at the very end, Miss Kim and I may have a chance to play these notes for you. So you'll be able to draw basically a song, and then you may not know how these notes will sound, but at the very end, we're going to try to show you. So watch first before you start on your own. You may have already done Scratchboard in the past. I'm gonna go over just kind of the basics of it. So inside your folder is a piece of Scratchboard. The reason we're putting in there is because it's heat sensitive. Wherever you touch it, you can no longer make a mark. So I'm gonna carefully take this out of the folder. Sorry, it's hard to film when I'm using both hands. I'll get my folder out of the way. And it's up to you what direction you want the paper to go. Y'all are gonna be working on the floor on the books. However, your paper can go horizontal or it can go vertical. It's totally up to you. The tissue is there to help you not touch the paper because wherever you touch the paper, you won't be able to scratch with the paper clip. So the tissue can go underneath your hand and you can work that way. So that's just a simple, clever little fix. When you get your paper clip, you're gonna pop one side out. I'm sure you've bent a paper clip before. Just be very careful not to poke someone or poke yourself. Poke yourself in the eye. That's just what we need at Christie Camp. No, please don't do that. And you're gonna use the musical notes as inspiration. When you're ready, you're going to draw your lines, and then you're just gonna carefully scratch with the paper clip the lines that you wanna draw. Once you draw them, they ain't coming up, they're permanent. So be very careful. It's hard to plan this out, but just try your best and scratch away. Sometimes it doesn't always work at first. You know, it might take a little bit more pressure just to get kind of under. What we're working with is paint. So this is black paint on top of a piece of paper, and we're scratching that away. When you're done though, you are gonna touch it. When you touch it, it seals it in. So let's say I really like that line. If I touch it, it's sealed and you can't scratch over it anymore. You might be able to a little bit, but it's not gonna be the same. So the lines that notes are written on are usually 5 lines tall. And then when you get your inspiration sheet, find some different notes. Notice that the notes are in different levels. I believe, and Miss Kim can correct me if I'm wrong, if the notes are higher up, it's a higher sound. If they are lower, like these, they're a little bit lower in sound. So be thinking about your pitch, your tempo. Do you want maybe some rests? How many notes? Your notes can have more than one. They're like connected here. I am not the expert on music, but so this will be also a chance for me to try out some of my drawings. If you want to do a larger kind of line, I have the other side of the paper clip. You can just use that and just go in circles. So you don't have to do the whole thing with the itty bitty side. Yeah, don't do that. You're gonna be wasting your time. And then I'm gonna do a line going up. I think I'll use the fine side for that. There's no wrong answer here. We're just looking for practice. I want you to practice your notes. And then the cool thing about it, like I said, is that we might have a chance to actually play them. So I'm gonna do some stuff real quick here and then I'll show you my example. I'm also gonna bring these. These are just wooden picks. I'm gonna try it out and see if it works better than the paper clip because it's not giving me the clean lines that I wanted. So I'm gonna make sure my tissue is underneath and I'm gonna try it with the pick. Okay, so I'm noticing that the wooden picks are doing way, way better. So I think I'm gonna use these. I'm gonna suggest these for you guys. The paperclip, as I'm using it, wasn't working so well, and that's okay. That's what artists do. We find new ways to work. I might think one way, and then you might find a better way. Who knows? So try out your lines. So yeah, I've been using the pick. Use these guys, so I'll keep these in these little purple basket thing. So what I want you to notice before I tune out is that I did crazy lines for mine. Now normally on sheet music they don't look like that. They're more normal. I just decided to do crazy because I like that look. Hopefully we'll still be able to figure out what it sounds like. I'm really excited to see what y'all are gonna do. If you decide that you don't wanna do musical notes, that's fine. If you decide that you would like one to practice on and then to create something on another page, I should have enough for everyone to have one extra. So when you guys are done though, let's say I'm done with this one, you're actually gonna touch it. You're gonna get your hands and your grimy oils all over it because that will lock it in. That way when someone takes a needle to it or it hits on something, it won't take the paint off. So this will actually lock it in. However, if you want to keep on working on it, that's why I gave you all that folder so that you could safely put it inside and maybe work on it later. So this is yours to keep. Hopefully we'll have enough time to get the music going and kind of hear what your sounds or what your songs will sound like. Hope you guys have a lot of fun and have a great day.